All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Good to see you guys. Welcome. I'll let you guys see me here. 3, 2, 1, activate. There I am in all of my glory. Yes, indeed. All right, good to see you. I hope you guys are doing well. It's Sunday Night Charts again. We're going to spend the next couple of hours, hour and a half or so, just nerding out on the charts. Guys, I'm an Elliott wave trader. I'm an actual trader. I'm not just a guy, not just a moon boy, not just making YouTube videos. Guys, I have 10,000 subscribers. I'm not making any money on YouTube, okay? All I'm doing is just having some fun. It's always been a hobby. This has been. The YouTube channel has always been a hobby. And so, yeah, I don't make a living on YouTube. Guys, I make a living as a remodeling contractor and a trader. I also teach people how to trade and transitioning to full-time trading. But right now, this is what we're doing tonight. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the channel. So glad you're here. Let me just say hello to all the OGs here. Keith M., what's up, buddy? The Bugle, so close to the all-time high. Yeah, I'll look at Pepe for you. Hasta la vista, Barbie. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're well. Daniel L., hey, buddy. All the usual suspects here. Ernest of Gaia. Welcome, my sir, my fine sir. Welcome, Ernest. Glad you're here. Johnny English, how's life there in South Carolina? Good to see you. Crypto Brandon, what's up, buddy? We'll definitely cover Theta and XRP as always. Guys, check out my friend Crypto Brandon's channel. He's a guy in our Discord. He is one of my finest friends and has a lot of neat ideas and looks at the charts from a fractal standpoint as well as some other ways of looking at it with indicators and his own perspective, and he shares that on his own YouTube channel. Check it out. There's something worth watching there for sure. But don't leave my channel. Just go to his too. Subscribe. What's up, Ricky Spanish? Good to see you. My good friend, been around for a lot of years, man. A lot of years. If you're in the Atlanta area, make sure you check out his barbecue place. Man, you got to remind me the name of it so I can shout it out every week. Good morning, the Bugle. James Bond. How's the dentistry practice there in Puerto Rico, man? How you doing, man? You doing okay? You pulling teeth? Fixing cavities? What you doing, man? Hope you're well. All right, guys. You see that this is not just any normal channel, guys. I like to get to know my peoples. So let me know where you're from and what you do and how long you've been watching the channel. Love to see it. What's up, Clay Hux? Yeah, we'll look at Zill. Sure. Camel Tea Bag. Now, Camel Tea Bag is, if you want to talk about an OG, there's an OG. I think you've been around, buddy. I think since the very beginning, like when I had like 500 subscribers or less. Tell me if I'm right. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I think you've been around quite a bit. You've watched me get old and fat through the years. All right, guys. Well, welcome to the channel. Got my coffee in hand. Guys, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I would never do that. I'm not here to shill any particular exchanges. I'm not here to shill any particular coins or anything like that. I'm just going to show you how I look at the market. I love teaching, guys. I'm a teacher at heart. Love to teach you how I look at things. And if it benefits you, fantastic. If not, don't worry about it. Before the COVID dump, I thought you were around before that. Because I thought you were around since like 2019, something like that, which is before COVID dump. Yeah. Oh, Tommy. Okay, all right, good deal. That's Spoxer. All right, guys. Well, good to see you. Let's jump into the analysis. I did the financial advice thing. I don't know why I do that because I don't know. I think it's obvious. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a trader, man. And I look at the charts through a lens of Elliott wave theory, guys. Now, we are at the all-time highs, guys. We're so near the all-time highs. Are we going to go hit the all-time highs, or are we done? Are we done where we are? Okay. We got. I think. Let's mark the all-time high on the screen. let's do some macro analysis and talk about some ideas on the chart, and then we'll look at the micro analysis after that. Okay. Okay. So we got the all-time high. We're pushing up. We're pushing up. Now, the weekly. Let's look at the weekly levels to pay attention to. We just had a really strong weekly close. They kept price up like I thought they were going to do, and they closed the week really strong, and they closed the monthly candle really strong as well. The monthly candle was a very strong green candle. Now, there's two things that usually happen when we get a strong candle like that. If you look back at the price history of Bitcoin, if you look back at price history, what you'll notice is that when you get strong candles like that, okay, let me get some a volume profile on the screen here. Not a volume profile, but I want to get volume on here. I want to see how we're doing in volume here. Did we get a volume spike at all? We didn't even get a volume spike. That's really interesting. Okay, so we'll look at that momentarily. But on the monthly, guys, on the Coinbase chart, that's Bybit. I'm on the Bybit chart. Let's look at the Coinbase chart. Yeah, let's look at that. Yeah, last month we didn't get a monthly spike in volume. Okay, so that's really telling, in particular, potentially telling. We'll see. We got a monthly spike there. Did not get a monthly spike on that thing. That's interesting. All right. Oh, thanks, Brandon. Appreciate you, brother. All right. Anyway, so when you get a monthly candle like that, okay, let's look back at the monthly candles that look like that. Well, you got one right here, okay. You've got one right here. This one right here is pretty big as well, but man, there's a giant wick on it, okay. So right there, you've got some really big candles. The only one that really rivals this monthly candle, guys, in price, is right here. Okay. So Dave the Sage, I'll give you some ideas there in just a minute. Anyway, so yeah. What happens after those? Well, generally the next candle in those either retraces 50%. Okay. Generally, you'll get if you don't get a wick on the candle, the next candle will retrace, the next monthly candle will retrace 50% at least of the previous candle. In other words, I think it's proper to look, to pay attention, guys, that on the monthly candle analysis, it is reasonable to expect that when you get big candles like this, you're going to need a cool-off period in which there will be a price retracement at least 50% of the candle body. If we go back, let me get the volume off the chart for now. Again, if you kind of go back and look at this one right here, see this one was a big candle, but it wicked. So it wicked 50% or more actually. This next candle was really big, but it wicked itself 50% of the candle body. Okay, the next candle was not wicked. Okay, and so if you'll look at the candle that followed it, there was a large retracing of that candle. Okay, this was more than 50% of that candle. It is almost looked like about 90% retrace of the previous monthly candle. Okay, looking at this candle right here, this did not provide a large wick, and so the next candle, while it retested the high and made another high, it retraced the candle body, the body of the candle 50%. Okay, so just looking at previous market action here of monthly candles, it's reasonable to assume. Okay, it's reasonable to assume that there's going to be a strong retrace of this monthly candle. And again, I'm not talking Elliott right now. I'm just talking about just previous price action here. When you have a candle this large, okay, it's reasonable to assume we're going to retrace, okay, 50% of that candle. Now you'll notice the prior candle that came up. Let's see, the prior candle came up about 50% right here. So sitting at around 49,439. Okay, sitting around that price. You've got the top of this previous month candle. That's the month of January. Okay. And then you've got this, just awesome bullish candle in February. Okay. I'm expecting a retesting of this move. I'm expecting probably we've already hit a higher high than the previous candle. I'm expecting it to probably go up a little higher, maybe. All right. And retrace back down to support, which would be the top of the wick of this candle. Ideally, and you'll notice here as well that price, this candle here at the all-time high, came back and wicked the top of the previous candle. So this large candle body here was preceded by a wick. Sorry. So this candle here was preceded, was engulfed by this next candle, but you'll notice that the next candle, the next monthly candle, came and wicked the very top of that price. So that became support for that month. Then it wicked back until it broke through, right? So now I'm not talking about what's going to happen the next month after that. We'll look into the Elliott wave structure, but I guess what I'm saying is that, guys, I think it's reasonable, a reasonable retrace, I think, to expect this month would be some kind of a doji monthly candle, whether it's red or green, that comes back and tags 49, somewhere around 49.5 would be reasonable. Okay. You also have monthly levels. You got a really solid, strong monthly levels here, right around 47, between 47 and 45K. I'm just going to draw a line of support right there. That's a decent area, and then I'm going to draw a line right here, right in there at the top of that wick. Let's see. Come on. There. So there's a zone for you. If you just want to say, I think it's a reasonable assumption. And again, we're talking about rational TA here, guys. We're not talking moon boy mentality. We're not talking, it's only going to go up. It's never going to come down. It's never going to retrace. We're talking about how price actually moves on the chart. Okay? How price actually moves. I think it's reasonable to expect a retrace back down to the 45 to 47K range. I think that's a good potential target zone for this month, the month of March. Now, does it have to do that? No way does it have to do that. Could it totally do that? Absolutely could totally do that. We're going to look at the Elliott wave structures that might take us down there and what that might look like as price goes down. We'll look at that in just a moment. But right now I'm just doing a little monthly analysis on levels here. Okay, we've got some key levels. So let's mark off some more key levels here. We've got a key level right here at 59.1 range. We got key level right here. We're riding just above this. We had a monthly close, 3 monthly closes right here at what is that price? What is that? Right around 60, 61.6, 61.7, something like that. So yeah, that's a really, really good monthly area. Now this wave could totally be, it's got bullish all over, right? It's very, very bullish. In other words, it's obvious. It's obvious that this is moving impulsively. Now, does that mean that the market cannot retrace and even it can even turn around here? No, it doesn't mean that. You guys have to at least have that in your mind that this market could turn around here and begin a monthly downturn that rivals and compares to this monthly action here. Okay? In other words, that is a possible outcome here. I'm not here to tell you whether it's going to do that or not. I'm not here to tell you that there is anything certain in this world. I'm just here to tell you that right now that is totally possible. Now, some of you are thinking, and some of you are going to make the argument like my brother Abandoned Baby. Love your screen name, brother, by the way. Except that we don't want to abandon babies, though I think it's a hilarious screen name. I don't want to make you think that I'm advocating for abandoning babies. We love the life that God creates, but I think it's hilarious. Sometimes I'll tell you what, some y'all screen names just catch me. Faux shizzle. So, anyway, so with that said, some of you have this mindset that says, yeah, we've got all these bullish signals in the market, all these bullish signals, and you have to pay attention to them. I'm not saying ignore them, but you have to realize that at any given moment, we can have all the bullish signals in the world, okay, and then some. I'm gonna put it in quotes. Black swan event happens. Okay, some news event. Okay, news comes out that gives a narrative for a sell-off. That, in other words, a sell-off can happen. Like, I mean, guys. Look at all of these green candles. All of them. We were so bullish. We had no reason in the world to be thinking. Look. We were closing monthly high after monthly high after monthly. We had monthly higher highs. Never stopped. Then we got this doji candle that retraced the prior month almost 100%. Right? And that candle came out of nowhere. You say, well, there's no reason in the world to believe that we're to be bearish right now because look at all these bullish candles. Guys, come on. You know how the market moves. The market will retrace. Now, I'm not saying that the market's gonna retrace and definitely come down to lower lows down here at 15K or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm not advocating for that right now. I'm just talking a reasonable expectation based on prior price movement and candles of Bitcoin is that there's a good chance that this month, okay, we're going to probably make a little higher high. We could even take out the high. We could even go take out the all-time high and then retrace all the way back down to 49.50K range. Okay? So that's a reasonable thought. So I'm here to tell you, those of you who are spot trading, two things. Number one, you need to consider and understand that this market can come back, and it can come back hard and strong. You can have a $20,000 move in this month, okay, from maybe 70K if we hit the all-time high and go up a little higher, 70, 71K, all the way back down to 50K in 1 month. That can happen, okay? There it is. Institutions are here, okay? Institutions are here. We're never ever going to go down anymore because institutions are here. Now, Bitcoin Andy, I'm using you as an example. That's the narrative, okay? That's the narrative. You're too focused. You're too focused. Yes, institutions are here, but the moment the institutions show up, we had a crash. We got institutions showing up. That doesn't mean there can't be an institutional sell-off that is planned and executed and taking everybody back down to $5,000. So those same institutions can buy back up at very cheap prices, okay? Shaking the market out and doing the final grab of the last of the Bitcoin. But the narrative's out there, guys. The narrative is out there. It is strong and powerful. Institutions are here. Yeah, they're buying, man. They're buying hard and don't think they can't sell hard any moment they want. Okay? Oh, guys. I'm probably going to start ranting here. I don't want to rant tonight. I don't. It's probably going to turn into a Jim of All Trades rant. Guys, I'm going to turn off the comments because if I see the Moon Boy comments, I'm just going to explode. I want to see the balanced Moon Boy comments. I want to see the balance in you. I want to, as your friend, instill balance in you so that you'll stop thinking about the market through narratives that you'll understand that oh man, this market ain't any different with the ETFs coming in. It's a go for rants. Yeah. Okay, guys, here's the deal. For those of you buying the ETF narrative, I mean, ETFs to come. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a bunch of retail buying up Bitcoin right now. Absolutely. There's FOMO in the air. FOMO in the air. Okay. You guys don't realize that any day, all there has to be is some kind of something that you don't even see on the horizon, that you don't even comprehend is coming. Like some narrative, some news event, something that whether it's an FTX or whether USDT goes down for some reason, or some kind of something comes out that you don't expect it, you don't even see it, but it happens. And it happens coinciding with this giant red candle that shows up on your screen out of nowhere. And you're like, what happened? It was all bullish. There were institutions and there was ETF and all blah, blah, blah. And it's a different market. We're only going up. We're going to 100K, man. Here we go. And I'm holding on for dear life. You know, that's just the mentality of everybody out. I mean, not everybody, but stupid people. And you don't realize that this is a scam. The whole market is a scam. The whole ETF thing that happened. Don't you think that the SEC knew? I mean, listen, there was no fight. There was no argument in Congress whether the ETF was going to be approved or not. They were just waiting for the go sign. It was all a narrative. It was all to get the hype up, to build this. They already pumped the market prior to the ETF, and they're pumping it finally in response to the ETF, giving you a big giant sell-off. Giving you a sell-off, ready to sell off in your face. And this market does it over and over and over again. Will sell off and just kill you. And you're like, oh, but the market was different. It's not different. It's a scam. Every stinking market out there that you can trade on a computer screen is a scam. Everyone. You got to realize it. You're living in a scam world. So this is my heart for you guys. Just chill out with your moon boy mess. Just be careful, because you're ready to get killed, and you're listening to the wrong people. We are in a moment right now. We are in a moment to be really cautious. Yes, we have higher weekly highs. We've got higher monthly highs. But the market doesn't go straight up. There's going to be a retrace, and it's going to be a big red candle right in your face. And it's gonna blow you away. Now, I don't know when and how, and I'm not saying it's going down to $5,000 or $3,000. It's not going to be a candle that takes us down there in 1 minute. Brett, I'm a day trader, buddy. I literally don't care where the market goes, because I do not own not one Bitcoin. I don't own. Very good, Jason. I don't own. So you're talking to a guy that doesn't have any irons in this fire. I literally trade the 1 minute chart. That's for me. Okay, I'm not an investor in Bitcoin. I'm a trader. I like trading. I get in and get out. So anyway, I I'm not looking to buy or sell, but I'm telling you that this is an area on the chart that you should be taking profit. Or protecting your profit in some fashion. If you are leverage trading and you're in a long that's in a you somehow caught a long time frame leverage trade that's high leverage or whatever, then I would suggest you definitely be out of your trade. You should be out of your trade, taking profit right now. Click the button, take your profit, sit on the sidelines for a bit. I'm not telling you to go short. I'm just saying sit on the sidelines for a bit. Look for a setup. If you're spot trading, you need to have a plan. What's your plan to get out? When's enough for you? When's enough for you? Well, when it hits 100K? Well, what if it doesn't go to 100K? What if it goes down to 40K from here in the next month? What are you going to do? What's your plan? What if you find yourself completely wrong and that there's some black swan event, there's some kind of event that happens that you completely takes you by surprise? Maybe a war breaks out tomorrow or this week or next week. Maybe war breaks out and all of a sudden every market on the globe just starts dumping. Right? What if? What if? Who said I'm super bearish? Parth. Guys, I recommend you subscribe to the channel if you want real TA. If you want Moon Boy, go find Crypto Kirby or somebody, Carl the Moon or whoever else is out there. But I'm not going to feed you a narrative here. I'm gonna protect you with the crap that I see in the market. Anyway, let me get back to the rational TA. My point is, guys, this market is not any different with the ETFs in it. I mean, there is some difference, but let me tell you, the same corrupt people that run the market, they still run the market, and the ETF business was all part of the scam. It was all part of the scam. Yes, could they? What if the Earth is flat? Oh my! Please no. So anyway, all right. Could the market keep going up? Absolutely. We're going to talk about the Elliott wave structures that take us up and what targets are going to be there. But here, let's just doing some candle analysis, guys. Just doing some candle analysis. This kind of candle is generally followed by a red candle. Historically, at least this historically, right in here, that retraces it a 50%. So I'm here to tell you that a good retrace point, a good target zone for a retrace, and it might be a decent trade to the upside, might be a good buying zone. I'm not telling you to buy here, but there might be a setup to buy somewhere around 50K range, maybe 47K, 47 to 50K. Okay. Now, hey, Sebs, let's be clear. That whole channel is just a group of people in my group that talk about the topic. It's an anything goes conversation. I don't have a Flat Earth channel in my Discord. I do not have a Flat Earth channel. I have a channel in which a derelict porch where anything goes. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, and one of the topics is that. So let's be clear. Let's not. What do you call it? Paint a picture like I'm a flat earther. I'm not a flat earther. I love physics too much to be a flat earther. Okay. That doesn't mean I don't respect anybody else that wants to believe what they want to believe and believes it for a good reason or for whatever they think is a good reason. I'm not here to debate that. I don't know. Sebs, that ain't funny, man. You can't misrepresent. I'm kind of I mean, I love you, bro, but you can't misrepresent my channel like that, okay? I mean, my Discord like that. I mean, come on. That's not cool. I mean, you're making it sound like I'm a flat earther. That kind of bothers me a little bit, man. I know you didn't mean it, but be careful, please. See, I got 10 people asking if I have a flat earth channel in my Discord. I do not have a flat earth channel in my Discord. I have a community area where they can talk about, you can talk about anything you want to talk about, and there's a group of people that like to talk about that. I know your intentions, brother. I just be careful. Thank you, man. I love you. You're my buddy. And I know your intentions wasn't that. All right. I got stirred up. Anyway, I'm just stirred up anyway. Okay, so expect back to the TA guys. Expect a retrace. Maybe this month. It may not be this month. So if we get another big candle, so I would expect, if we're going to be bullish, that this next month, I would expect some kind of retrace of this green candle. Okay, because we didn't get we didn't get it. There's rarely a time where we get a large candle like this that it doesn't retrace at least half of it. So look for a buy setup. Look for a buy setup sometime this month, where price, sometime this month or next month, where price gets back down to about 49.50K, and then starts to work its way back up. That's your bullish setup, okay? All right, so there's your bullish setup just from monthly candle analysis, guys. Nothing more than that, candle analysis. I would expect a retrace this month. I think that's rational. I think that is reasonable to look for a retrace, and I think a good target zone. I think there might be a hitch in the road somewhere around 55K, but probably the best level for now of support is going to be somewhere around 47 to 50K. Okay. All right. That's candle analysis there. Let's go to the weekly chart just for a moment here. And just look at the candles here. We got a giant weekly candle. It's super engulfing, but I want you to pay attention to where this is in the candle. Okay, where this is. Okay, where is it located? It's located in a potential fifth wave extension. If you'll notice this wave right here, you got two giant weekly candles back to back. Okay, so we've got several weekly candles that are pretty big here. Looking pretty decent. We got a nice pullback in the middle. We got a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extended fifth wave. That's a potential way of counting that wave. I don't know if it's the way to count that. I'm going to talk about another bullish way to count that wave momentarily. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to take the flat Earth jokes I'm not going to take the flat Earth jokes well. I'm not in the mood. For everybody watching and listening, I don't know why it came up and why it was spoken about. But let's be clear. I believe in a spherical Earth. If you wanna believe in a flat Earth, you're welcome to it, and you can be my friend. And I have friends who like to discuss those things. I don't, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be accused of it. Okay, thanks. I'm trying to do the TA. I just, sorry, I got caught in a rant. All right, monthly level here, weekly level here, sitting at 49 to 46K. What's going on here? I talked about last week. I talked about the possibility that we have an ABC working right here. It's possible. It's a count. And we have an extended fifth wave. in that ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. The question is, do you have 5 finished waves in the 5th wave? Is the 5th wave finished? And the answer is probably no. I don't have a 4th wave up here. So chances are on the weekly chart, we're going to see probably kind of a red doji up here on the weekly. Might see a couple of red dojis up here on the weekly. There's going to be, I'm here to tell you that there's going to be, more than likely, the next couple of weeks, I'm expecting price, at least 2 or 3 maybe, I'm expecting price to probably stay within this range. I don't think that we're going to get a giant move to the upside without some consolidation here at the top. Okay? Okay. So in other words, normal price action, when we reach previous all-time highs, when we reach previous points of resistance, okay, the general rule of thumb is somewhere around there. Whether we take the top out a little bit, we take the all-time high out at 71K, 70K, that's fine and dandy. We can do that. Or whether we fall short of it. Generally speaking, there's going to be some resistance here. There's going to be some selling off in this range, okay? When you have an extended 5th wave, there's no divergence, okay? Actually, if we got a sell-off now, we would have something called exaggerated bearish divergence. And right now, we have exaggerated bearish divergence working on the weekly chart. That's called exaggerated bearish divergence. It's just like hidden bearish. It's just like not hidden bearish, but it's like regular diversion, but it's exaggerated. Okay. In other words, when the RSI comes to the same level as the previous peak, but yet price is very divergent from the previous slope. Okay. So there's definitely divergence on this screen, especially if we get a sell-off here, a sell-off weekly candle or something like that. That's going to turn the RSI back down. There is definitely weekly divergence there. So to say that there's no divergence here is incorrect. I'm just going to challenge all the moon boys in there and your theology, guys, because it's for your protection, okay? It is for your protection. There's going to be, more than likely, high probability, most likely, some kind of resistance right in here where you're going to see a multi-week, 2 or 3 weeks maybe, to 5 to 6 weeks potentially. If it's going to continue to go up, you're going to see a consolidation in price here, more than likely. I would be super surprised if we don't see a multi-week sideways movement, okay? Let me show you prime example, okay? A prime example. We made an all-time high here. Came down, we came back up. We retested the 618 or the 786 retrace of that. Let me see what that was. I can't remember exactly. We retested the golden zone. We had a 3-wave pullback. We came back up to that level right here, just shy of it, and we had a multi-week correction before we took that level out. Then when we came to the previous all-time high, we had, and this is just in this wave right here, okay? Okay, when right here at the top of this wave, we had how many weeks here? 1, 2, 3 weeks where we went sideways in price action, where we had a really big candle coming up to the all-time high. The following weekly candle retested the entire candle. Okay, the next week was completely bearish, retesting and going back up bullishly. Okay, but yet it retested the entire candle, and it spent the next 2 weeks. Okay, in this range before it took it out. So there was 3 weeks of sideways action here at this previous all-time high. Now, what you have here on the chart is you have an all-time high that was taken out by the next wave. Okay, you have a 3-wave pullback. You now have a 3-wave. What is a 3-wave move back to this level? You're going to see some resistance here. With a double top here, you're going to see price resistance. More than likely, you're going to see price resistance here. Probably you're going to see a retrace, a heavy retrace, at least 50% to 100% of this weekly candle in this week or the next week. That's very likely. If you do not see that kind of movement, but yet you see over the next 2 to 3 weeks of price staying in this range right in here, 2 to 3 weeks, and it's going sideways, and the Elliott wave count is showing corrective in nature, then we'll look for a wave to take out the top and then potentially reject after that, or continue up for to consolidate in a larger fourth wave, and then we get a fifth wave move following that, where 100K, 90 to 100K is absolutely plausible. But do not think that the price action you're seeing right now is leading you to go ahead and just, we're going up and we're never going to retrace and we're never going down. I'm giving you good advice right now for those of you that want to understand real price action, the way price actually moves on a chart. More than likely, the high probability is we're going to see a period of retracement here, whether it's sideways for the next couple of weeks, or we're going to see a deep retrace back to 50K. Okay. Now, after that, we can talk about the possibilities, but I think there's a real likelihood. It may not happen this week. It may not happen next week, but over the next 2 or 3 weeks, there's a good likelihood we retrace back to 50K and find some support there before we go back up in 3 waves, or we go back up in a much bigger more bullish wave. Okay. Now, what's probably going to happen, since Bugle, you bring in the alts, as Bitcoin stays in this range right here and goes kind of retests up and down the higher and lower levels of this range here, probably as price is going sideways for Bitcoin over the next several weeks, we're going to see XRP pop off. We're going to see the other alts that have not popped off yet. You're going to see the altcoins finish popping off. Okay, so go through your altcoin charts and go through your altcoin charts and you'll find you'll find the ones that haven't popped off yet. Okay, and those are the ones you should probably be in. I believe DOT is one of those, if I remember right. I believe ADA probably has a little bit more to go. XRP probably has some more to go. Definitely more to go. Pepe's already popped off. Let's see. I can't remember. We'll go through the what do you call it? We'll go through the altcoins shortly. Okay. But anyway. Seth, brother, you. Okay. All right, so let's talk about counts here, guys. Let's talk about counts here. One count here. Here's a bearish count where you got, this is A. This is a B wave, which that B wave may not be finished. It may have a little bit more up to go, maybe take out the high, maybe not, and then a C wave back down to $5,000. Don't sit here and think it can't happen. It can happen. I'm not here to tell you it's going to happen. I'm just telling you that is something that could happen on the chart. Okay, so that is a wave structure that would, the ultimate macro count would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We got 5 waves with a 3-wave pullback, and after that, whenever this C wave finishes, and shoot, that C wave could take a while, but somewhere 2025, 2026, 2027, somewhere in there. We would expect a reversal. So an accumulation. Actually, it could find a bottom in 2025. Okay, 5 waves down. I drew that poorly. Let me draw that again. it could go down really fast, right? And find support at 10K. 10K is a good level. 11K is a really good level. 3,000 is actually a decent level. Okay, and then it could be followed by a period of 1, 2, a 1 and a 2, much like you got right here. Okay, and then 3, and then we'd look for, you know, some kind of move up after that. Okay. So I'm here to tell you that C wave could come. Okay, for you moon boys out there, that you need to be sober minded. Okay, and looking for evidence of that to happen. I would tell you this, guys. Draw this line on your chart. I'm just going to make it real easy for you. Draw this line right here on your chart. Draw that trend line. You get a break of that to the downside. It doesn't mean it's going to keep going down. It could retrace after that, right? But if you get a break of this trend line, that's very bearish. Okay, that means that this wave is finished. Okay, now what you get after that could be a 3-wave move that could be followed by another high. That's fine. What we would then do is draw a counter trend line right here. Okay, and we will watch for a break of that to the upside. Okay, but for now, draw this trend line on your chart. And a break of that's going to be a nice bearish signal. Okay. If you want to go down to the daily chart, I'll give you something even a little better to watch. You want something better to watch than that? Watch this on the daily chart. Watch that trend line right there. It's not perfect. It's not. But that's a good one to watch. Okay. Watch that trend line. A break back of this means that this wave is finished. Okay. Now, right now on the daily, you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 working. The problem with that count is that we're making a corrective wave here. Okay. I think it's going to look like something like this by the time it's over, and then rejection. Now we have an extended 5th wave here. Okay, this extended 5th. An extended 5th wave is a wave that gets extended. Okay, it takes out the divergence. Okay, but we have a 5-wave shape here. Okay, let's zoom in just a little bit more and look at this wave right here. We're getting a corrective structure right now. This is corrective. This is 3 waves. Looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we need a 5. Okay. Let's zoom in on the 30-minute here. Let's look at the 5th wave. Let's count them. 1, 2, okay, 3, A, B, C, D. Oh man, this could be 4. This could be 5. We might have reversed. We might have finished. It's possible we finished. We had a kind of a triangle here. I was expecting the triangle to be bigger. Let's see. No, I don't like it as a triangle. No, it didn't break the low, though. It didn't break the low. That's not a bad triangle. A, B, C, D, E. 5 waves to take the top out. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's go up for 5. One more. Let's go hit the high one more time. This count says if that's a triangle, then this is the 5th wave. We're in the middle of a diag. Look for a rejection after that. If we finish this as a diag, so that's a real possible count. How do you like those of you who like Elliott? How do you like that count? Number one, how do you like this as a triangle? I think it works pretty well. It's kind of trashy. It's kind of a trashy triangle. There's no doubt about it. But it's not bad. We do have a triangular shape in the RSI. You can see it there. And we're breaking out, and we have divergence on the hourly. How do you guys like that as a triangle? Chat disconnected, it says. All right, let me know you guys are still with me. Let me know if you're seeing me live and it's looking good to you. So yeah, that could be 5 waves in the 5th. That could be a finished 5-wave move. So that's possible, guys. It's possible that you have a finished 3-wave move right here, and we could get a rejection here, back down. So there's a count for you. All right, let's talk about the bullish count. The Moon Boy count. Here's your Moon Boy count for everybody, all you Moon Boys. Couple of ideas here. A couple of ideas. We could have a diag, some kind of expanding diag working. I'm not a giant fan of this count, but it's not horrendous, right? So you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5. Okay, and so we still need 5 waves. So in every one of these waves to the upside, there were 5 waves. Okay. So we would need 5 waves in this 5th wave, okay? It doesn't have to come up to 100K, but it can, okay? It totally can. And so this could be an impulse wave, absolutely, positively an impulse wave. If you look at the 3-day chart, though, guys, we've got some bearish divergence rocking yet. It's not confirmed because we haven't had the reversal yet. But we do have some bearish divergence rocking. But let's move on anyway. Let's look at the bull boy count here. The bull boy count says, hey, we've got a 1 and a 2 right here. And now we're in the middle of the 3rd wave, okay? So this is going to be a 1 and a 2. That means this wave is coming up here so high. 3, 4, 5 right there. 4, 5. 110 to 120K will be no problem to reach. There's your bull boy count, guys. Okay. So yeah, that could be a 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's what you'd be looking at. It would go up with no pullbacks at all. It's just going to keep on going. So all you got to do is buy right now and hold to 100K, and you'll be good. That's your bull boy. That's your bull boy, moon boy count. Okay. Just buy right now at this high, right at this resistance, because there's no chance of it going down at all. Okay, guys. And by the way, this is sarcasm alert. Sarcasm alert. That means what I just said is not meant to be taken seriously. To buy right now and to hold, and there's no chance of it going down. But that's your moon boy count. That is your moon boy count. Looking at the 2-hour chart. Looking at the 2-hour chart, we're going to say this is 1, 2 right there. That's a 1, 2. And now we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. I'm looking for a 3-wave pullback for the moon boy count. Just looking for 3 waves. That's all I want to see is 3 waves. You know, somehow finding support somewhere around 48K. Okay, 48.50K would be nice support for that wave. I want to see a 3-wave pullback. It's going to take a couple months, and then we'd be ready for the next bullish wave. But we're not ready for it right now. This 5 waves is done or almost done. Well, I mean, it's almost done. It could be going up a little higher, but chances are we're about finished looking for a 3-wave pullback of some kind. That would be what I would expect. That's a likely scenario for the bullish, for the bull boys out there. And then once you've kind of pulled back from this, we're going to go retest the all-time high, pull back, and continue on. Okay, and that's how it would go. And this would be a 1, 2, and a 1, 2. And then that wave that goes beyond the all-time high, we're going to hit 100K pretty quick. All right. So, every one of you that says we're definitely going to 100K next stop or whatever, I wish the best for you. I do. But I also know that the market often goes where you expect it to go, just not in a way you expect it. It goes where you expect it to go, but not in a way that you expect it. So could the market go straight up? I imagine it could. I don't think it's going to. But it could. It could just keep on pumping. Keep on pumping. Buy them pullbacks. Buy them pullbacks. Normal corrections in Bitcoin are complex, guys. The historic correction of Bitcoin is complex. That when this moved down here, this moved in a complex wave. When this moved down, it moved in a complex wave. Okay, this is a simple wave straight down. Okay, I'm personally looking for a complex wave. Now, you would have to convince me that this was a flat, which I'm not convinced of. But you'd have to convince me that that was a flat for me to think, okay, yeah, that this correction is done. But even still, that could be the first wave of a much more complex ABC or WXY. We are very overbought here on the 2-day chart, the 3-day chart, the weekly chart, the monthly chart. We're very overbought. It doesn't mean it can't be more overbought, but we're very overbought. And the good chance is that we're going to see a correction. So my takeaway from this TA here on the Bitcoin TA is that we're going to see a correction soon, probably this month. We're going to see a retest of 50K. Okay, you heard it here first. Okay, we should probably see a retest of 50K. That doesn't mean that's not the only scenario, but that would be my very, very likely outcome to look for this month or next month, a retest of 50K. Okay, can price keep pumping? Yep, Moon Boys, you might be right. You might be right. Never gonna pull back. Small time frame, guys. I'm seeing a potential ending diag that you can pay attention to. Right here, small time frame, 1, 2. Then we got this 3, maybe. That's 4. And then we get one more pop to the high, 5. It's got to go up in 3 waves, which is kind of doing that now. Boom, boom. So it's not looking too bad to come pop the high one more time. But then I'd be looking for that to be a trap and a pretty steep sell-off to follow it. Not depending on what this wave is or where it is in the larger time frame. I don't think the wave's going to come just straight down, but it should be a pretty steep sell-off. We have a this right here is almost a single print. So it could sell off all the way back down to 50K pretty sharply, pretty quickly. We could see a sell-off very quickly within a matter of days, or 1 day to 2 days. Okay, we could see a move straight down. I've seen it before. I wouldn't be surprised to see it again. We have a single print here. It doesn't have to. It could come down a lot slower, but we do have a single print here. There's not really any kind of retesting. Okay, looking at the wave in general, this wave in general from here, we really didn't retest the breakout of this level. We didn't even retest it. There's a good chance we come back down here retesting this level. This wasn't even a retest of it. Okay, so the more this gets goes up without retesting its prior breakouts, the more likely it is to come down and come down to these levels. Kimosabi, I hear you, bro. I hear you. It could be. Thanks for keeping me balanced. All right, let's look at XRP. Look, I saw a fractal in XRP that seems plausible, so I want to share it with you. A fractal I saw here is this wave shape right here. You kind of see this wave shape all over XRP's pullbacks here. They're really nice wave shapes, and usually that wave shape gets followed by a 3-wave move. Right? If you look at this one right here, we got this one right here. We had this little one. We got that was kind of a big move, but see that 3-wave move there. I'm wondering if that we get another pullback to here like this wave right there before this rumbles to the upside. That means if Bitcoin gives us a 3-wave shape back to the downside right here, of course it could be smaller than that. It could be a smaller 3-wave, but if we get a 3-wave move back down like that, XRP may come down with it before it pops off for the next move, and that may prep. So if we got a moon boy count, that may be telling the story for a move to the upside. Could XRP pop off here? I imagine it could, totally could. But this little fractal right here seems telling to me. We've got this 3-wave shape there, 3-wave shape there, right? And then it was followed by this 3-wave move that did not take the high. I think we might play around here in 3 waves back down. So if we come down in a corrective wave, 3 waves back down, it may wait to pop off. So that would be a bull boy scenario. Okay. Now, if that doesn't happen, if we don't get over the next several months, if we don't get that, okay, if we don't get that, and this starts to pop off now and goes straight up now, which I don't think is going to happen, but it could. It could. Then what we're probably going to see then is Bitcoin consolidating here over the next little while, couple of weeks. Okay, even if it's a top of Bitcoin, even if it's the top, like this is as high as it's going to go, and we're about to reverse and go down, right? Even if we get something like this back to the downside. Okay, probably Bitcoin may pause up here with some sideways action while it finishes a wave 4, maybe a wave 5 into a wave 1 and a wave 2, and of a smaller degree. It may spend several weeks forming that wave pattern. If that happens, that's going to give time for the alts to finish popping off, there before they get a larger pullback back to the downside. And that larger pullback is going to coincide with a larger Bitcoin pullback as well. Okay, guys. Looks like there's 44 left of you here. Thanks for joining me tonight. Appreciate it. Let's finish the night looking at the DXY, Nasdaq, S&P, and then I'll run through the alts real fast and just tell you what I'm thinking for wave structure. Okay. Nasdaq, guys. Any time. Waiting for a bit of a move down. Anytime. This wave structure is 5 wave-ish to me. Okay, that structure will change if we get a pullback like this and another high. If it starts doing that, then I'm gonna have to recount this wave, obviously. But right now, the wave count looks 5 wave-ish to me, and so I'm kind of looking for some kind of a move down. We get a 1 and a 2. And then we start going down. So we might start seeing, could see a sell-off at any time here. Okay. We may play around for the next several months here. So we could get a pullback, some kind of pullback now, and then a pullback, and this could take all the way till November, right? October, November. This sell-off and the wave 1 and 2 or A and B to the downside. It could take all that time until after the elections, and then we have a sell-off there. DXY, I'm still right now. I've got hidden bull on this pullback right here. I've got a 3-wave shape here. I've got hidden bullish divergence on the chart, so I'm kind of still bullish, looking for the next move to the upside. Right now, we're currently in what I think is we're currently in some kind of a pullback like this or like that, where we're going to be followed by some kind of a bullish wave correction, bullish wave. So I'm kind of bullish for now on DXY. Another possible way is we get bullish here and then we get bearish. So this is maybe making a 3-wave, a bigger 3-wave that may be part of a larger correction like this before we get another downward move like that. So that's another possibility on the chart that I can see. But I would love this to be just a zigzag back to the upside. That would make a lot of sense to me. So with this hidden bull on the chart that I'm seeing, I see a possibility for this to move on up. Now, this obviously could break down, and then we'll reevaluate what it is. But it's up or down as always. But my eye right now just depends on what this next week says. This next week does. But my eye is kind of saying, hey, let's break out to the upside, pull back, break out like that, and then pull back and keep rocking. So we might have a bullish week here on the DXY, which would lend itself for a bit of a pullback in the markets as well. S&P, same thing as the NASDAQ. Looking for it to reverse at any time. Tesla's, looks like it's going to fill the gap. So I can see movement of Tesla going back up here, filling this gap. This kind of looks corrective of some kind, maybe. It might be just correcting some kind of corrective wave before it comes down again. That's an interesting possibility there that we're gonna. It's just correcting, and we're gonna keep rocking to the downside. Another way to look at Tesla. See, I don't think this is retraced enough. Another way to look at Tesla is that we have. This is a 3-wave there. This is A. That's B. We're in the middle of C. We need to come down for the 5th wave there, and then we're going to go up. And that's going to be a 3, 3, 5 correction, or a 3, 3, 3 correction to the upside, which will be followed by another move down. The only other option I see here is that this is the beginning of a diagonal, which I don't think so. I don't. This is too big. It's too big. Never mind. Forget that. Okay. All right. So there's the analysis there. DXY, Tesla, and NASDAQ, and just some traditional markets there. Okay. Let's look at. I want to look at natural gas. I haven't looked at natural gas in
quite a while. Wow. I mean, this is looking awful lot like Bitcoin's bottom here. I think there's a good chance this is buy zone here. This is the buy zone here, guys. We got a 3-wave break of the bottom. Let's think about buying natural gas. Natural gas may be on an uptrend soon. We'll see. That's a potential count. But natural gas as a commodity looks really, really like, I mean, it's not going away, guys. It's just not going away. So I think we're in buy territory down here at $1. But it may take a while to go up, but it also could spend some time here. Big wave, pull back, and then up later. Natural gas is looking good. Definitely if it breaks out of this right here. It's already breaking out of this little local right here, but that could be a wave 4. It could get one more low, but anyway, we don't have to nail the top or bottom. All right, and we'll finish the live stream here, guys, with looking at some of the alts that haven't popped yet. Let's see. Let's look at ZIL here. ZIL. Well, if you look at Jasmy, Jasmy's the roadmap, guys. Jasmy's the roadmap. See that wave right there? That wave right there was followed by chop, 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 chop to the upside and pop. Chop, chop, pop. Okay. All right. So let's look at ZIL. There's the same wave, right? Chop, 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 chop. Okay, it's gonna pop soon. Okay, so ZIL hasn't popped yet. It's in the process. Okay, Maker doesn't have that wave. Let's skip that. SOL, it has begun its pop. Okay, so we got the wave here. Chop, chop. We're popping. Okay, looking for another upside. Looking for more pop coming to SOL chart near you. H-bar. H-bar's already popped. We already had the wave, already had the pop. That doesn't mean there can't be more pop, but it's already on its way. Jump in if you want to, but I don't like to jump in after things have already popped. Let's see. That's H-bar. Let's look at Pepe. Pepe just popped. You missed it. I would not jump. I'd be looking to short Pepe, not long it, but I wouldn't try to short that either. But there was the wave. Chop, 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 chop. Pull back. Here we go. Wow. What a move in Pepe. That's trash is what that is. Atom. Let's look at Atom. There's the wave. We're in the middle of chop, 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 looking for a downward move, and then a pop off to the upside. So Atom's a good one. Hasn't popped off yet. Just because it hasn't popped off, it doesn't mean it has to. But I think there's an alt season coming, and some of these have already popped off, but we're still waiting for all of them to pop. Dash doesn't have the same look. I don't like it. So we'll keep on going. Dot has begun its pop off, but it hasn't given you the big candle to the upside. Oops, sorry. So there it is. There's your wave. Chop, 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 chop. Looking for it to pop off anytime. Okay. Matic. Looking at Matic. There's your wave. There's the Jasmy wave. It's taking forever. Chop, 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 chop. Looking for it to pop off at some point. Okay, Gala. It's already popping off. Kind of missed that train. Sushi. Kind of missed that train as well. I don't like it, but, you know, could it go up higher? Yeah, it could, but you kind of missed that train. I would. I'm just doing a bunch of alts that I have on my screen here. AVAX. AVAX has not popped off yet. In fact, it's looking really good. There's your wave. This looks like SOL. Okay, I'm looking for this move to the upside. TRX, that's been going. Mana, there's your wave. It's already popped. There's more to come, probably, but it's already popped off. It's already started. Not looking at Sheena. Theta. Let's look at Theta. There's your wave. You got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So it's not finished. There's more to come. But there's probably more to come with theta. But there needs to be, there will be a correction. I mean, these could correct big and then look for it to pop off again. Okay, there will be corrections along the way. Okay, Uniswap, it's already it already popped off. It's already got there's the wave. I mean, it could go more, but it's already popped. So I've already mentioned some of them that haven't popped yet. So Atom, I think ZIL. So yeah, I think there's an alt season on the way. I think BTC is going to be in corrective state or sideways state while the alts pop off. Let's look at OMG. It's already popped off. There's the Jasmine wave. Chop, 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 pop. VET. There's the Jasmine wave. Didn't even have the chop, chop. It just popped. EOS. Here's the Jasmine wave right there. And I say Jasmine wave. I'm just saying the same wave right before Jasmine popped off. There it is. OXT. That's a completely different look. Don't like that. Don't like that one at all. Algo. It doesn't look finished. Could be, but it may have more to go up. But it's already kind of popped off. Dot. Yeah, I mean it's in the process of popping off, but could get a correction. I wouldn't jump in these. I would, There's probably going to be a pullback. ADA, it's already popped off. There's the same wave. That might be done. There's 5 waves there. XLM. XLM is interesting. Wave structure has not popped off. It's kind of like XRP. I'm wondering if this comes up a little bit and then retraces before it pops off. Okay. In other words, gives you a fractal of that right there. I wonder if you get a fractal of that right there. So watch out for that corrective wave that could be coming, guys. This larger corrective wave might be coming first. So there might be a little popping off here, but there might be a larger corrective wave that's going to take a couple of months to play out before you get the next move to the upside. If we're bullish, if we're going up bullishly, watch out for this corrective wave that might be on the way. That would be my final statement here, guys, that I think that on the BTC chart, I think if we're bullish, we need a corrective wave of some kind. Okay, where you got a 1, 2, 1, 2. If we're gonna go up, if we're going up to 100K, we need some kind of consolidation right here. Let's have a little sell off, little consolidation period, and then let's go. Okay, let's even have a shakeout back down to 50K before we go up. We could have even something as big as this right here, where this becomes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. That could be very big for you moon boys out there. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up here. Enjoyed being with you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry I wasn't very active in the chat. SOL is not done. I think I already looked at SOL. Keith M. So SOL is doesn't look finished to me, but there could be a correction coming. Yeah, something like that, and then up. Yeah. Guys, hope you enjoyed the TA. Thank you so much.